All right, welcome back. Come on in, grab a seat, buckle up, because Jacob's about to reunite with Esau 20 years after taking his blessing. So it's about to go down. Genesis chapter 33. Verse 1. Then Jacob lifted his eyes and looked, and behold, Esau was coming, and 400 men with him. So he divided the children among Leah and Rachel and the two maids. He put the maids and their children in the front, and Leah and her children next, and Rachel and Joseph last. So we see that although his faith and relationship with God has improved, he still was a human with the same fears that we face. Verse 3. But he himself passed on ahead of them and bowed down to the ground 7 times until he came near to his brother. The suspense is mounting. Verse 4. Then Esau ran to meet him and embraced him and fell on his neck and kissed him, and they wept. Verse 5. He lifted his eyes and saw the women and the children and said, Who are these with you? So he said, The children whom God has graciously given your servant. Then the maids came near with their children, and they bowed down. Leah likewise came near with her children, and they bowed down. And afterward Joseph came near with Rachel, and they bowed down. And he said, What do you mean by all this company which I have met? And he said, To find favor in the sight of my Lord. But Esau said, I have plenty, my brother. Let what you have be your own. Verse 10. Jacob said, No, please, if now I have found favor in your sight, then take my present from my hand. For I see your face as one who sees the face of God, and you have received me favorably. Jacob acknowledged how God had so obviously changed Esau, as indicated by his facial expression, which was not one of hate, but of brotherly love divinely restored. Verse 11. Please take my gift which has been brought to you, because God has dealt graciously with me, and because I have plenty. Thus he urged him, and he took it. And again he brought 550 animals to present to him. Verse 12. Then Esau said, Let us take our journey and go, and I will go before you. But he said to him, My Lord knows that the children are frail, and that the flocks and the herds which are nursing are a care to me. And if they are driven hard one day, all the flocks will die. Please let my Lord pass on before his servant, and I will proceed at my leisure, according to the pace of the cattle that are before me, and according to the pace of the children, until I come to my Lord at Seir. So this was a smart move by Israel or Jacob here. He really didn't know what to expect with Esau, and he now had a large family to protect. However, God did an awesome work here, changing Esau's heart from seeking revenge to apparently desiring reconciliation. This proved that God heard Israel's prayers. Seir, by the way, is a mountainous region stretching between the Dead Sea and the Gulf of Aqaba, distinguishing the southeastern border of Edom with Judah. Verse 15. Esau said, Please let me leave with you some of the people who are with me. But he said, What need is there? Let me find favor in the sight of my Lord. So Esau returned that day on his way to Seir. Jacob journeyed to Sukkot, that's a pronunciation according to a check that I did, and built for himself a house and made booths for his livestock. Therefore the place is named Sukkot. Verse 18. Now Jacob came safely to the city of Shechem, which is in the land of Canaan, when he came from Paddan Aram, and camped before the city. Verse 19. He bought the piece of land where he had pitched his tent from the hand of the sons of Hamor, Shechem's father, for 100 pieces of money. This purchase became only the second piece of real estate legally belonging to Abraham's line in the promised land. Verse 20. Then he erected there an altar and called it El Elohe Israel, which means El is the God of Israel. This was his way of acknowledging that God had led him back to the land. God had prospered and protected him as promised. However, none of us are out of the woods while we're still roaming this earth, and we're about to find out what these Canaanites were all about. We will see what happens when God's warning is broken about interrelations with their tribe. So stay tuned. It's just going to keep getting better. All right. God bless you. Thanks for checking in, and hope to see you tomorrow. Take care.